Hello everybody, and welcome back to Burrows! We are still continuing Hiro's route. We're doing things. What were we doing? It's been a hot minute since I've recorded. It do be that way, but what is it? We built some equipment. I think we're gonna go meet up with Atri. See a man about a tent, something like that. Soon, when we came upon a black vehicle with a wooden crate for a truck bed, it looks archaic by modern standards, but there is something charming about these old... What? Jalopsies? I don't know that word. We're not gonna dwell on it. Hiro knocks on the door, and a familiar-looking beak pokes out of the window. Oh? Fritz? Hello! No see long time. What? No see long time? Okay. Oh, it's you! We haven't seen them since, build 1. Would you look at that? His talons clack against the cobblestone as he steps out of the carriage. He eyes me suspiciously, tapping a finger on his beak. You sound different. This is my first time talking with him since being branded with the ability to speak different languages. I need to play it off somehow. Well, I've been here about a week now, so I picked up on German pretty quickly. Hiro teach him Japanese as well. Gray is very smart. That was a stretch. Nobody would look at me and believe that. Hiro, were you able to get treatment for your injuries? I was very worried, you know. Maybe it's just from hanging around a bunch of non-natives. Natives. But it's only now that I notice how flatly Germans can sound speaking English. His words are caring, but his tone couldn't be colder. Yes, Hiro will be able to work again soon. But please, don't fire Hiro. Fritz's eyes widen at his sudden outburst. Now where on earth did you get that idea? Mr. Dolson came by the clinic a few days ago and caused a ruckus. He screamed something about firing Hiro if he wasn't back by the end of the week. Fritz makes a noise as close to a growl as a raven can get, clenching a fist. I won't let that happen. Thank you, but Hiro still promised to be back by Friday. So long as you won't be a liability again. You are fully healed, yes? Good as new. I bite my lip. Grand. So, what has you two pecking at my door this morning? Well, we're going camping and wanted to ask if you could spare some propane. Propane? I can't say I'm familiar with that word. Damn, hasn't been invented yet. King of the Hill hasn't been released yet. 1 second. Chaps? He crawls back into his truck and digs around in the back, his tail flitting about and waving gusts of air at us like a paper fan. Aha. He climbs back out and shows us a silver bottle with a worn label. We use butane for our little company, kitchen stovetop. One of the cooks left this in the truck by accident a few months back and never retrieved it. You remember a small detail like that from so long ago? He is a bird. He chuckles and taps in between his eyes. A raven never forgets a shiny. Thank you. Now we can make fire. Just be careful. You don't burn down the whole forest. That would be terrible, yes? He says that last part with a sarcastic tone, but again, I can't tell if that's just a German thing. Possum. Yeah? You did follow the path, like I said, yes? No detours. We're already lying to him about Hiro's recovery, and no point in being truthful now. Yep, straight to town. No stops along the way. I see. I'd hate to think something happened to both of you on my watch. Your watch. It's then that I remember his insanely powerful eyesight and realize he was probably watching us the entire time. Oh. What? Who's? I must finish making my rounds here. You two have fun on your excursion. He waves a feathery arm out the window as he drives away. I can't help but think he knows more about the weird shit in the woods than he lets on. Fritz is a cool guy, and nothing rattles him. He was pretty cold to you when we first met. So I'm glad he's being nice today. What? No way. Hiro, he called you a liability. I was one, wasn't I? Anyway, next up is, He crumples his list and tosses it in a waste bin. What? The tent. We need to talk to that elk. He has a name. Like, come on, Hiro. Why are you so hot and cold about him? I thought we were friends. I like him well enough, but he drains my energy very quickly. And the day's only just begun. He's helping us for free. Be nice. Yeah. I wish Hiro would just admit that he likes Adri. It's getting childish. Taking a wild guess based on where I usually find him, I suggest we check out the village gate first. Lo and behold, we spot him leaning against it, very clearly waiting for us. Yo, Adri! Oh, you came after all. He surprises us by pulling us into a big hug, smashing me against his chest and Hiro against his waist. Crushing nose? No, apologies. He releases us and brushes us off. I don't know why, but I felt you two deserved a strong hug to start the day. I like hugs, just give us a warning next time. I prefer coffee, but hugs are fine, I guess. The elk chuckles, already tying his blindfold tight. Oh, let's get to it then, shall we? I don't want to keep you for too long. Please, lead the way. Hiro sighs very loudly, and we start our trek into the woods for what feels like the 1000th time. Adri leads us down the familiar path, humming pleasantly to himself. Hiro lags behind, preferring to stick by my side. I'd stay close if I were you, lot. Once we head back into the village, there'll be plenty of obstacles I need to clear. And? He chuckles. I don't plan on holding back. This is how I stay so fit, after all. Is it dangerous? I didn't exactly sign up to be the next Lewis and Clark. Aw, but this is where the fun part begins. We're mostly kept to the flatlands until now, but I plan to show you the true majesty of these woods. Hey, let me turn up the game audio a little bit. Great. So we're going the long way on purpose. Haven't you ever heard of the phrase, it's not the destination, but the journey that matters? Where'd you hear that quote? Emerson was an American. On the back of a bag of cereal. Curious, very curious. Okay. On the back of a bag of cereal. Tasteless clumps of wheat, and the insincere musings of a dead philosopher, all part of a complete breakfast. We have eventually reached the bottom of a hill with a steep, winding path leading to the top. This is where the challenge begins. He crouches into a starting position, boots creaking as he shoots forward and flies up the hill with a startling momentum. I probably fucked up that sentence, but that's okay. It's okay. You all like when I fuck up reading sentences, right? Because I'm an idiot. Or race you to the top. You're on! He scurries to the base of the hill, using his hand and feet to propel himself forward in a messy running climb. Hey, wait for me! Not wanting to be outdone, I slide off my suspenders and unbutton the topmost row of buttons, as not to hinder my movement. Trying to marry their approaches, I get a running start and leap onto the hill, gripping it in a tight hug as I try to secure my footing. A rock under my left foot loosens and slides down a few inches, knocking my chin against the dirt. I won't give up that easily! I grab hold of a tree root and pull myself up onto a steadier section of the footpath. I look up only to see the both of them already standing atop the hill, staring down in bemusement. Wow, your technique is, special. I concur. We'll refer to it as the possum mount. Please don't call it that. Embarrassed enough as it is, I suck it up and walk up the rest of the path normally. We've only just begun, and I'm already a dirt-covered, raggedy mess. If this is going to become a regular occurrence, I'll need a set of hiking clothes. I reach the top and join them to gaze at whatever lies beyond the checkpoint. Behold, over yonder, the valley of the forest. Oh, look at those layers just going. That's cool, though. That's real cool. Oh. He points... Yes, okay. Yeah, he points to a great expanse of gorgeous nature situated around an emerald green lake. A few felled trees stretch across it like natural bridges, and I feel my inner child shiver with excitement. Wow. This was here all this time? Yeah, you've been holding out on us. Ah, like I said, this is no place for beginners. I merely needed to ascertain that you would be capable of following me through such a... Oh. Okay. What a cool CG. I like how this one looks. Quite a bit. Yeah. He stops as he notices Hiro already descending the cliffside with a devious smile across his face. As if a survivalist like myself would be hindered by something as simple as rocky terrain. Hey, be careful! Images of his bloody chest flash through my mind, seeing him so active. To my surprise, he doesn't show a single smidge of pain or discomfort on his face as he maneuvers down the cliffside. Relax. I'd tell you if I was in trouble. You say that, but... Heave-ho! Okay. A shadow passes over as Atri sails through the air in a giant leap. For a split second, it seems as if he's about to dive straight into the rocky abyss below. And to my immediate relief, he grabs hold of a tree growing out of the cliff and uses his momentum to swing safely to the other section below. I guess it's my turn now. Spotting a good place to start, I wedge myself between a boulder and a steady tree and work my way down inch by inch. The other two spot me and cheer me on from below, their voices echoing through the vast open area, soon followed by surprised giggles. What? What is... Beware the killer possum? Possum. Okay, sure. Sure, Gray. I smile as I hear my voice join theirs in the chorus of silliness. Hopefully, we're alone out here and not bothering anyone. I breathe a sigh of relief once my feet touch the grassy bottom of the valley. Adri gestures for us to continue, and I get the sense I won't get a chance to catch my breath until we clear the section. Adri sprints towards the lake, and I catch up with Hiro, who's lagging behind again. Phew. This is going to be fun. Yeah, I'm happy you're enjoying yourself. He looks at me with a dumb smile before quickly fixing his expression to look annoyed. I'm not thrilled we have to complete this circus act to obtain a tent, but that doesn't mean I hate circus acts. Can you just admit that you're having a good time and not tie it to the same goal? No. Okay. He runs off, and his boot sloshes through the murk surrounding the lake bed. I debate taking my shoes off before spotting a grassy path that wraps around, picking that route instead. It's not the most thrilling method, but I don't want to wear myself out this early on. I can hear Hiro's voice coming from below and peek over the edge to see him struggle to climb up the grassy knoll. Is that a knoll or a knoll? I don't know how that's pronounced. Come on. Almost. Hiro, just go around.
I don't want to. I can do this.
I can hear that the seams of his shirt stretch to near snapping and reach down below. Reach down before his stitches do the same. Here, use my arm as a hold. Fine. He grabs onto me, and I slowly lift him up as he effectively walks up the side of the hill. Ah, so you found a new path, have you? My head whips around and see Atri carefully walking along a fallen tree towards us. I still can't believe he can do all of this without being able to see. Wait, why are you walking this way? The path leads down the way we came. Leads down the way you came. He pauses and lifts up his blindfold, sneaking a peek at our surroundings before nodding in agreement. Of course. My mistake. Faker. Con artist. Ugh. Even someone as experienced as me makes mistakes from time to time. No man is born knowing everything. Just turn around so we can cross. He meekly nods and runs back to the raised section of the land he came from. Hiro smirks, hopping onto the felled tree and sticking his arms out to find his balance. He winces for a moment before shaking his head. All right. Once he's halfway across, I step onto the broken stump and look over the edge at what lies below. What I'd assumed was a shallow end of the lake suddenly fills me with dread as I see the fuzzy corpse of other fallen trees a peek from below. That would have to be, what, a depth of 30 feet? 50? Imagining the slimy feeling of one of those dead trees wrapping around my leg makes me want to hurl. Hiro and Ari stare at me from across the bridge, yelling for me to hurry. Hey! I'm going to find another path. I'll meet up with you guys on the other side of the valley.
What? Come on!
You can go around the long way, but you'll be missing out on some dearly needed exercise. I'm good. I'll see you there. I walk until Hiro's complaints are finally out of earshot. It's true that I'm too big of a pussy to walk across that bridge, but this is also part of my brilliant plan to force them to get along. Without me there to be the connective tissue, they'll have no choice but to bond over something else. I cackle to myself, rubbing my hands together like an evil villain. Okay, Gray. Okay. Sure, Jan. I walk up to the slope that leads to a grassy mid-level within the heart of the valley. It's truly a sight to behold, and I can see why someone can set up camp close by. Part of me wants to suggest Hiro to just co-opt the existing campsite, but I'm sure he has something in mind already. He always does. Feeling nostalgic, I find a good walking stick and pretend to be the version of me I used to see in my dreams. The older, skinnier possum who could use magic. The one who knew the answer to every problem. The one who used to stay with me night after night, letting me indulge in all of my wildest childhood fantasies. I wonder what he'd say if I told him how the rest of my life turned out. I've seen all I need to. I can spot the others from a distance. Little blobs of yellow and brown moving against a sea of green. Their voices echo, but they're too distorted to parse. I wonder what they're talking about. Hopefully not me. I don't even like it when people talk kindly about me behind my back. I'd rather just not come up. It won't help them grow closer. But finally alone for the first time in days, the reality of my situation starts to sink in again. At some point, I have to try and get back home. I went and promised them my friendship, even my undying love, just like I always do. But how am I supposed to maintain that when this Virgil thing is finally over. Someone like me, who shouldn't even be here to begin with, and whose continued existence is a total mystery, can't form a permanent bond with them. And even if I could get home, would they come with me? Would they be willing to leave everything behind for an uncertain life in the future? I know I would do it for them. Kind of already have. But I'm not the best role model when it comes to this. Nobody should aspire to be in my position, to love so carelessly. I'm so lost in thought that I nearly stumble over the edge of another cliff. Jesus, that was close. Look at them go. Look at them. It's then that I notice a scene unfolding in the near distance. Hiro hanging precariously from a broken branch, with Atri leaping over a fallen tree to run to his aid.
Damn it! Wait! I can climb down on my own.
Don't be a fool. You'll hurt yourself.
Get away from me! I don't need your help. I don't need anyone's help.
At least that's what I expected to hear, but instead...
Atri, look! You were right!
So my ears didn't fail me after all.
I squint my eyes and see Hiro pointing at a tiny nest towards the top of the tree. He notices me and waves, his smile wide and goofy.
Look, Gray, a mountain finch. I'd still not seen one, and Atri helped me find one.
That's great. But are you going to be able to get down from there?
Not to worry. We've devised a system.
Adri stands underneath, bending forward to allow the tiny fox to land safely on his shoulders.
Ta-da!
Another successful dismount.
I was only gone for about half an hour. What the fuck happened? I find my way down to the bottom of the slope as we regroup. They notice my confusion and nod to each other, ready to explain.
So it seems you were right. Way back when. We do have quite a bit in common when it comes to naturalism.
That isn't the same thing as being a nudist, right?
No, you buffoon. We're talking about the wilderness.
Well, shit. Looks like I was right about you two after all.
More importantly, look.
He presents me with two halves of a teal green eggshell.
Isn't it a lovely color? It would make a good base for a pigment.
Great, quick! Hold it still so I can put this in my field journal.
Okay.
Allow me to sketch too, if you will.
No problem. I awkwardly stand there as the two scribble away in their journals, stopping a few times to compare notes. I feel like an art model, only instead of appreciating my physique, I've been hired to hold a shitty little eggshell.
And done.
I finish as well.
I'm happy you guys are getting along, but it's going to take, getting used to.
Don't be silly. You know I never fully let my guard down.
Yes, indeed. Hiro is made of very strong stuff. Even when he started crying earlier, he was very manly and stoic about it.
But why you?
He spots at the elk, and they start playfully chasing each other. I seriously feel like I missed an extremely important conversation. Hey, is that the other side of the valley over there?
Indeed. Good eye, Gray.
And the campsite is toward the water.
We followed Atri and talk as we continue down the path, our goal almost in sight.
Yes, the edge of the forest terminates in a steep cliff, overlooking the ocean. Why anyone would set up camp there is beyond me.
What's so bad about it being near the ocean?
The Baltic Sea is, well, it's not the nicest smelling body of water in the world, let's say that. In the winter it's tolerable, but decaying algae cooking in the summer sun can smell like rotten eggs.
Hiro's nose crinkles in disgust, and I nod in agreement. So whatever camp so whoever was camping here last did it in the winter?
Who knows? They might have given up and stayed in the lighthouse instead.
Lighthouse? Why does that word fill me with dread? Oh. Okay. Okay. I think I'll end the part here, everyone. So I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Burrows. We are with Hiro and Atri, and we've made it to a campsite. We are going places. There's a tent. Atri and Hiro are somewhat getting along. That happened off screen. Maybe one day we'll find out. Are we finally going to have a trio of characters, or are we still going to have a weird split between the cast? That's what I'm wondering. I shake off the strange feeling, and we eventually get to the promised campsite. It's more bare bones than I was expecting, only containing the promised tent, a fire pit, and a few knocked over folded chairs. That's still a lot, though. I flip over some miscellaneous. We got there. Miscellaneous debris with my stick, but nothing seemed worth inspecting. Hiro's ears can hardly keep up with his head as he looks around frantically. Is something up? This place feels weird, doesn't it?
Oh, how do you mean?
Maybe I'm just being paranoid, but doesn't it seem like whoever was here left in a hurry? Now that you mention it, it does feel weird to have left so much behind. Apart from the dirt and pollen covering everything, it all looks brand new. Atri relents and removes his blindfold, fully taking in the scenery.
Goodness, this is far gloomier than I remember.
Hiro walks over to one of the knocked over chairs and gasps. Look, there's blood everywhere! What do you mean? I thought we said this looked brand new. What? Oh. There's blood on that chair. Look at that. Okay. I jog over and see dried brown blood splattered across the back of the chair and covering the grass underneath. The fabric on the back of the chair has a vertical slice carved through it, suggesting someone slashed downward.
Lord help us. I have no idea that was...
I thought you had been here before.
Aye, but I only saw it from a distance. I had no intention of trespassing here without a reason.
Hiro, he didn't know. Don't get mad at him. I'm not mad, just scared. I've never seen him so rattled.
Would it make you feel any better if I checked the tent?
We both nod, and he puffs out his chest before marching over to it, yanking the flap open.
Show yourself, fiend!
The only thing that shows itself is a family of startled groundhogs. Oh. We all sigh in relief, and Atri gives it a proper inspection before giving us a thumbs up.
Despite these grim surroundings, the tent seems perfectly usable. Not a spot of blood to be found anywhere.
No, and no bodies?
Certainly not.
Hiro walks past me to take a look at the tent, and trips over the fire pit, cursing to himself. It's then that I notice something out of place, buried in ash. Huh? I use my walking stick to dislodge it, and bend over to pick up what the hell it was. Huh? Is this a melted camera? What? That's what I immediately think this is, or that's a badge of some kind. I don't know. Whatever it was, it's burnt to hell and back. I give it a sniff, and I'm immediately greeted by the acrid smell of burnt plastic. Yeah, so it's a camera, isn't it? What did you find? I don't know. Something that got thrown in the fire. Maybe a card? Oh, it's a card? Okay. Not a camera. Okay. Does it say anything? It's badly burnt, but does it say beer? Letters are hard, man. I scan over it and notice some faint letters that manage to avoid the inferno. Bureau? Is that what that's... Is that car? Is that the card? Is that the name of that? Is that Bureau? That's not what that says. Is it? My vocabulary is failing me, okay? You all can laugh at me. Tell me in the comments. That word sounds wrong in this context. Completely alien and removed from its environment. And the fact that it was thrown into the fire. Gray? I don't like this. I don't like this hero. Not one bit. Oh. Ah. To be continued. I see. I see. That is fine. That is fine. Well, I guess I'll have to edit this little bit onto the last part. But that's alright. That's alright. We can get there. We can do that. But, alright, everyone. I guess that's it for Heroes Update. Kind of exciting. A little bit of exciting. It's... You know, we're going places. We still haven't been... Well, this is now the only route where we haven't been to, like, an other world. Yeah, because we did go to one in Ken's route already. So yeah, this is the only one. I'm curious, is it really just gonna be the forest? You know? Not the most, like, enticing location for another world. There was an area in Silent Hill 4 that was, the forest, right? That was that one character was. He burned to death, right? I guess spoilers for Silent Hill 4, a game that no one's going to play. But alright, I guess we'll, oh, am I gonna go straight into Ken's route, or are we... I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out, everyone. But I guess until then, I hope you've all enjoyed this update. This the previous update. I know the Ken one, not Ken, the Mark one has been out for a hot minute. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around.